Hello and welcome back to Now Playing, the number one James Bond podcast on the internet. I'm your host, Richard.
And I'm Cody.
Welcome back.
Yes.
We're into week 6.
Week 6.
And
on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
on Her Majesty's Secret Service. We got a new James Bond.
Ooh, yeah.
He's
Richard
different.
Donner.
No.
What's his name?
Richard Donner's the director of Superman 2.
Oh, yeah. What's this guy's name?
His name is George Lazenby.
George Lazenby. You know, I should have said that as many times as you and Evan have told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just always forget.
Yeah. So Sean Connery didn't want to come back, so they got a different guy. And he didn't want to do any more after this, so he's the one and only George Lazenby movie. So
he didn't do bad.
No, I actually really like this movie. I like the plot. The plot's kind of confusing at times, just because it's very slow at the beginning because you don't really know what's going on.
No, not by any means.
They go really heavy into coat of arms and like
the
English
super cuts.
Yeah.
Even at the beginning of this movie, you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah. No, they use a lot of sped up footage, even more than what the Sean Connery ones earlier had been doing.
Footage, a lot of sped up footage, a lot of like chopped up footage.
Yeah.
Like there was at one point, which we'll get to it when we're breaking it down a little bit, but like there was a point where like there's a guy on the ground and then the next thing he's just hitting Bond and you're like,
yeah,
okay, I guess. but yeah, overall not a bad movie.
Yeah.
I don't really know where it sits on my list yet. I'm still kind of working that out right there, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I think his acting is fine for someone that had never acted that much before. I think he had 1 or 2 roles.
Didn't they find him in a car garage?
No, well, so the producers, I think he was getting a haircut and he ran into him. I think that's the story.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can look it up if you want, but as far as what I remember is that they were somewhere and like they ran into him. They were like, this guy might be good.
Hey, you know what we'll do?
So
we'll figure out how they found out who he was and we'll insert it right here.
All right, so I was partially correct.
Yeah, so he was mainly correct here.
Yeah, IMDb trivia. They're never wrong.
Normally, having secured a suit ordered but uncollected by Sir Sean Connery and getting a Rolex and haircut like him, George Lazenby talked his way into meeting producer Robert Allen Broccoli, producer Harry Saltzman, and director Peter R. Hunt. After bluffing his way through the meeting and falsely claiming he had wide acting credits, he secured a screen test. Lazenby then confessed to Hunt that he made it all up and that he wasn't an actor. Hunt laughed and told him, "You just strolled in here and managed to fool 2 of the most ruthless bastards in this business. You're an actor." So I was completely wrong about where he came from. Richard was partially correct.
And that's the best kind of correct.
And yeah, in this scenario, you won. But like we said, we were gonna insert that, right here for you, to go with the question that we just offered up. And
back to your regularly scheduled episode.
We're back to the episode in 3, 2, 1. Take it away. Hey, look at that. We found out what it was. That was dope. Okay. So, but yeah, no, I'm going to keep rambling that. Like, yeah, I dug it.
Yeah. Okay.
But what you got?
As far as notes?
Yeah.
So at the beginning, he's like, we don't see his face. It's just 2 cars driving down the road. And this woman just like starts walking into the ocean and he stops her from killing herself. And then he gets jumped by a bunch of henchmen.
Yeah, and it's normally I'd be like, okay, but this wasn't a cold open.
Mm-mm.
This was just credits are already rolled, and it was like, oh
no, he saves her.
Yeah,
that happens, and then credits start rolling.
Like I'm used to like the last couple movies that we got like a cold open. They did it before like the gunshot.
No, they're always after the gunshot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I guess
there's
technically
there's nothing ever before the gunshot.
Open, but like usually, like the last time we had like a major like cold open, I guess was, and it's not really a cold open because it went with the movie, but like at least at the end, like when they took, like it's like, oh my god, Bond's dead, and then they rip the mask off the guy, like, now your training is complete, and you're just like,
yeah.
Oh,
or
this
like
one
him,
it goes 2 credits, and you're still just like, what actually happened?
Yeah.
And because like Bond just like, this girl honks, goes around him, and then he's just like, ooh, a chase, and like speeds up after her. And you're just like, normally no one would like, unless you just have like the worst road rage known to man, would be like, I'm following this motherfucker. But he was just like, okay, speeds up, and then like when he catches up to her, she's just walking into the ocean, and he waits for it, just watching her like,
what's she doing?
And then once she gets into the ocean, it's just like, he's like, no. And then this is when we get like our first like weird super cut of like, boom, boom, bam, bam, ah! And you're just like, what the fuck?
I like going ahead. I love the
and they
the
never
line where he's like, this wouldn't have happened to the other fella.
Yeah.
And it's just like they went very meta with it, because they were like, all right, this is a different guy, but it's the same Bond. So like later on when he gets taken off the assignment to go after Blofeld, and he gets mad at him, and he's like, I'm gonna give him my resignation, and it's like going through his drawers, and it's like all stuff from the previous movies, just to like hammer home the fact
like,
that this isn't different.
Bond.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I think my only upset with the beginning of the movie is like, I don't believe they answered the question of who those 2 guys were. Like, it's just kind of like, he just beats the shit out of 2 random guys
they are the bodyguards to Tracy, who's the girl that was trying to kill herself.
Okay, well then here's the next thing then. If they're her bodyguards,
why were they attacking
Why
him?
did they attack him for saving her?
I don't know.
And then why were they already at the beach, like, gonna kill herself?
Yeah, I don't.
We'll be here for it to happen. It's like,
I don't know.
What? Like, it's such this whole movie. Like I said, it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I felt really confused at a lot of parts of like, what? Like, what's happening? But yeah, and then of course, like, we get him. He goes to his hotel, where the guy was like, you left something in your room, Mr. Bond. And he's like, ooh, what did I do? And then the guy pulls the thing down to have the gun showing, and he's just like, oh, well, okay, well, I guess I need to get that back. And like, they put him in the car to like take him to Tracy's dad's house.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like
Teresa,
all this stuff. And he's like, oh, I didn't think you would come under any of the circumstances. And you're just kind of like, okay, sure, man. Yeah. Why not? Like, yeah. And then like,
and the whole point is like, they brought him there so that he can romance her, so she doesn't want to die.
Yes.
And then also Bond's just like, yeah, I'll do it if you tell me where Blofeld is.
Yeah. And it's like, I want information.
Like, all right, man.
And so and then of course we get the thing of, like you said, the resignation.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just kind of like, okay, I see where we're going. And of course, what's the secretary's name?
Miss Moneypenny.
Miss Moneypenny.
Moneypenny.
Doesn't tell him exactly.
Yeah, he's like,
what
take a
Bond
note.
says to say.
Yeah,
and so he's
sneaky.
Yeah, she says like, oh, he wants leave. Yeah. He was like, granted, and he just kind of like looks at him like, well, fuck you too for saying nothing to me. Okay, and then it's just like, no, Bond when he gets back from his leave that he can do this, and she was like, oh, okay. And then we see everything that unfolds, and you're just kind of like,
yeah,
all right, yeah. But what you
got? I have him getting info, and then we have the romance montage.
Yes,
which is different from other montages,
like,
because it's very. Yeah, you know, most montages it's like, this is a montage.
Yeah,
and it's just like very like romantic music, and it's just them doing different activities, which I like. It's fine.
Yeah, and it was one of those that like,
it's a good way to show that like they're getting close without having to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
So
and so like they do all that, and it's like, you're like, okay, dope. And then like, of course, he finds out where Blofeld is. And
yeah, he's like living in the Alps at some facility, and that he wants to. This is. Even after watching this movie several times, I don't understand the whole coat of arms thing.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to be verified.
Yeah, he wants to be verified that he's the count of
something.
Wherever.
Yeah.
And so he cuts off his earlobes, does all this stuff to make it look like he would be part of that legacy.
And I love that
because that will make him like that gives him like immunity.
Yeah, it gives him
is.
like some kind of like status in the world, I guess.
That's why he wants to do it. But at the same time, we have a lot of rules in the world now.
Yeah.
That also, it's like, yes, you're immune from certain things, but if you still commit genocide or world destruction, you're probably still gonna be, arrested and trialed or executed. So it's like, oh, okay, and so like, and then so Bond
goes to this place. He's acting as one of the people that makes the coat of arms and has all this information.
Yeah, like that's the family. He was the 23andMe of 1969.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so like he goes there. Blofeld's running this facility that cures allergies from all these multiple women from around the world.
Yeah. And you're just kind of like, okay. And I like how he says it too. He's like, awful lot of women here. Thought this was an allergy center. Like, no one else. And then of course you find out why they're doing it.
Yeah, Bond walking in, that all these women just going, it's a man.
It's a man. We haven't seen one of these since ages.
Yeah. And then this. I always thought the what are they called? The Angels of Death.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought they were interesting characters because they're like very. I don't know how to say it, but like
creepy.
Yeah, like
yet weird.
Yeah,
yet childish.
Yeah,
it's how it's like.
Yeah,
it's like a little bit of like it's like a dash of like child wonder, a dash of creepy, and then a dash of like. Something. I forgot what I just said. The third thing.
Yeah,
but like it's like all those together, and you're like, oh,
and
okay.
So we already hit one booty count because he gets with Tracy.
Mm-hmm. In which we have the romance montage of him falling in love with this woman so he can marry her like he's supposed to. And then
he just leaves.
And then he's just like, yeah, I'm in the house, motherfuck all these bitches.
Yeah.
Like, all of them.
Yeah, he's...
Because he's Bond.
Yeah. Was it called monogamy?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Bond.
Call it... He likes to fuck.
Call it the Bond gene or some shit. I don't really know.
He really likes the fuck.
Like... And that's my thing is like the girl writes her room number on his thigh with lipstick.
Yeah.
And then she was like the lead girl, like Blofeld's, I guess, number 2 now, was just like, something wrong, Bond? Oh, just a little stiffness. And it's just like,
it's a good joke.
We got it, Bond. We got it.
Excuse me.
And we just keep going with that.
So the Angels of Death, Blofeld is he cures them with like injections, but also he's like brainwashing
Winter soldiering them.
Yeah. So that he can use this compound that sterilizes world supplies of food and like animals and stuff. So he's like taking all these sleeper agents and putting them in the world and activating them when he can. And then also ransoming the world for money so that he can become just like a private citizen and have like this status of a count.
Yeah.
It's a weird plot, but I love it.
Yeah, it is. I like the Swiss, like I said, I got Steep vibes the whole time. Yeah. So I was like,
I was like,
shit, I want to watch Winter Soldier and play Steep. Like, this is dope. There was something else I said too, but I forgot.
Yeah, this is the first movie Bond skis. It's the first like major snow film.
Yeah.
So it's a nice like change from all the tropical and like.
And there was Tracy's dad's bodyguard is with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my favorite thing is like they don't really give you any background on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Bond are just supposed to be like close at this point, and then like he's just gone. And you're like, oh. And when you see him,
you're talking about the blonde guy?
Yeah, and it's like. People die in the Alps all the time, Mr. Bond. They'll find him in a few weeks and know and use it as a like a warning for
also,
others.
I love that even though what was it? He's found out because like he doesn't do a certain thing right. Yeah, well, so he's just like he's obviously 007 because he didn't do one thing.
Yeah, and that's my thing is like he was like, you didn't do this. If you would have known right, it would have been that I needed to come from this place and not this place.
Yeah,
and it's
like the Crips or something.
And so they like knock him out when he goes back into number 8's room, and
which he's had
two
more booty counts.
2 booty counts, so 3.
Yep.
But yeah, and she's like knocks him the fuck out, like cry, or she doesn't. She scares him, and he's like, and then bam.
Yeah, Gunther.
Because the one weakness that Bond has in every film is someone hits him with a lead
head.
fucking pipe every movie, and he's not brain dead yet.
Yeah,
and
he's very lucky.
And and
I call it the Lost effect, because in Lost they always got hit in the head.
And so I just thought it was hilarious that like that was the first thing when they're like, "Well, welcome back to the world of the living, Mr. Bond," and he's like, "My name is blah blah blah," and he's
my
like,
name's
"No,
Sir
your
Edmund
name is James Bond," and he's like,
blah, blah,
blah. "What?" But my favorite thing is one, he had a full-on conversation with Blofeld earlier in the day. Just so we're clear, the only thing Bond did was put on glasses and put a pipe in his mouth.
Yeah, pretty much, and a different accent too.
Yeah. But
which I thought was weird.
They were face to fucking face last time they met.
But also,
Blofeld would know exactly.
They're also different faces now.
Yeah, but it's like Blofeld would know exactly what his arch nemesis looks like.
Yeah,
and the whole time that he's having this conversation with the guy outside that he thinks is this other guy that he hired to come in and do his coat of arms for him or figure out his code 23andMe him. He just like is having a conversation with him. And it's just kind of like, yeah, this is the guy I hired.
Yeah.
It's this guy. Yeah, 100% this guy. And then he's like, you said this and this while we were inside. Or like, that means you're not this. You're Mr. Bond. It's like, bitch, you should have fucking known that it was him when you were up close. Like, if I had a dude that threatened me for 5 fucking years and was trying to kill me for 5 years, I would know exactly what that motherfucker looked like, even with glasses and a pipe in his mouth. I'd beg, James motherfucking Bond, just wait till I get your ass inside. We're gonna have a fucking problem. But now Blofeld was just like,
nah, yeah, he's fine with it.
This guy doesn't look familiar.
Yeah, and so
also I don't like new Blofeld.
You don't like Terry Savalas?
No,
he's fucking dope. He's goddamn Columbo.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. So
or not Columbo. Fucking, he's like a detective. He was on a television show in the 60s or 70s where he always had a lollipop and he was like, oh,
dope. Yeah,
he's a dope dude, man. He's a good actor.
No idea what that is. So,
all right, fine. Yeah. Fuck me, I guess.
but yeah, I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
But and then immediately, my favorite thing is like the last time Blofeld had him captured, had all these dudes on him, had everything. The only reason it got fucked up is Bond had backup.
Yeah.
This time, Bond didn't have backup.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I got somewhere special for you. And he just puts him in the gear room. And then he's like, I'm going to get out of here.
That's
and then
great.
like 3 minutes later,
that's so good.
He's out of there.
Yeah.
And Blofeld's not like, every time we've put him in a room before, he's got out. It was like, he was like, well, the last time we almost had him because we had him right with us the whole time.
Yeah.
Also, once again, I get it. You're trying to get as many movies as you can because you got a lot of books at this point. Shoot the motherfucker. And you don't have to deal with him anymore. But Blofeld's like, I'm going to make him watch the world burn. I'm going to make him watch the world burn.
Got to, man. That's the only way.
And so,
No, so Bond gets out of the room.
Very quickly.
Makes an escape. And then the what's-her-face comes after him with Gunther. I only remember Gunther because
did Gunther go with her?
Yeah, he's like the main.
Gunther out. I thought he was the one he knocked out.
No, that's later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, he gets. And my favorite thing is, once again, knocks this motherfucker out after he gets out of the elevator.
Yeah,
sneaks past Blofeld and everybody, gets into an elevator, goes down, waits because he knows there's gonna be somebody there. Waits for the guy to come over, knocks him out, drags him to the room. And instead of putting instead of putting the one option that he had, which was the option of clothes that every single person was wearing there, he went, dope, this blue ski suit's going to work.
Yep.
I'll get out of here in this blue ski suit. And then immediately they're like, that's James Bond! And he's like, fuck! And he like skis away. But it's like, my guy, like... There were a bunch of those uniforms when they opened that door.
Maybe orange isn't his color.
I don't care if orange isn't his color. He could have put it on and got out of there real easily. because they come and go as they please, and so he could have just been like, "Hey guys, I'm on the next route," and they would have went down with him and been like, "I'm gonna go get a coffee. I'll be back in a minute." And no, he was just like, "I'm gonna put this jumpsuit on and ski down the mountain." So yeah, a lot of confusing things to me in movies. I think it's just because I'm getting older and more straight to the point of like, "Nah, dude, this is how you get out of there."
Yeah,
and storytelling has ruined me.
Okay. So yeah, so he does all that, and then Tracy shows up out of nowhere because apparently her dad said that Bond was in Switzerland, and that she just was just skiing, like she was just ice skating.
Happened to be at the end of the mountain.
Yeah, ice skating. She was like, "Oh, are you in trouble?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's get out of here." So they bolt, have a dope snow chase.
Yeah,
car chase, reminding me of a Drive Club.
Yeah, and then you get like the cheesiest, like, we're at a safe house moment in the world.
Oh, a barn?
Yeah. Like they're in the barn, and the horse is like, and then him being like, we will have sex on our wedding night.
Well,
and then they roll over and he's like,
he proposes to her.
Yeah.
And he's like, my New Year's resolution is that we won't fuck before we get married.
Yeah, before we get married.
And he's like, but it's not a new year yet.
Yeah.
And he just like knocks the thing over.
The thing down. You're just like, God
smooth.
damn it.
It's smooth, man.
I don't know if it's smooth or the most cheesy shit I've ever seen
it's
in
definitely
a movie.
cheesy.
And I watch rom-coms.
Yeah. And so that.
And then we get chase scene number 2.
Yeah. Leads to another chase scene. Which this one is more skiing.
More steep as fuck.
Yeah.
Like Ubisoft sponsored, yo.
Man flies off a cliff.
That's my favorite scene of the fucking movie, because in any other movie in that time period or of its kind, any time period, that guy would have just fell off the mountain. Someone would have made a one-liner. Next scene.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no, we tracked the entire way down.
This dude falls down an entire mountain until we see
dunk. Yeah.
And then Bond's like and then skis away, and you're just like, did we need all
and then another one
20 seconds
well,
of
like,
that?
That's my favorite thing is like they don't cut any of that, but then he throws another guy off and we cut.
Yeah, and it just cuts. Yeah, like, that's the one you wanted to see. The other guy just kind of was like, and you're just like, okay. And then the one that you do want to see actually bite the dust, you're like, oh, we're just cutting away? Okay, I got it.
And then
his contract was better.
And then Blofeld causes an avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
They get caught in an avalanche, kills multiple of his own men.
Yep.
And then
just so he can capture her.
Yeah. And then
doesn't take Bond.
They capture Tracy. Yeah.
Just captures Tracy.
Got to get the girl, I guess.
But then, in what is possibly my favorite scene, the Creedence Clearwater Revival scene. They didn't actually play it, but like Bond, he's like, no one's coming for you now.
Like I said, it was Apocalypse Now for me. Fly of the Valkyries,
and like all the helicopters, and then them being like, there's people on our airways, and this is my favorite shit. This dude has just made demands that he wants pure immunity for everything he's done wrong in the past.
Mm-hmm.
He wants his name recognized as a count, and he wants all of this stuff. And England and the United States and everybody are just like, fucking give it to him.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, we're just going to meet his demands. And Bond's like, no. And just leaves, goes and gets backup for himself because MI6 won't help. And my favorite thing is...
not only that, the backup he's getting is a crime syndicate.
Yeah. But my favorite part about all of it is Square Up. That when they come over the speakers and they're like, unidentified flying objects, you need to stop and turn around. And they're just like, we're the Red Cross. And my favorite thing is, once again, he's just made all these demands and he has a hostage. And Blofeld just goes, yeah, it's the Red Cross. Just let him go. Yeah. And the rest of them are like, I don't think so. Like, we're going to get them to turn around or land. And Blofeld's like, they just said they're with the Red Cross. Let them go. There's the flood in Italy. And it's like, motherfucker, you just made the biggest demands of your life, 2 national securities, and you have a hostage from MI6, and you're going to go, that's not Bond. That's not Bond. What are you talking about? That's the Red Cross. My God, it ain't Bond. And then the only reason they leave him alone is when he goes, you're scaring my passengers. And he's like, oh, you have passengers? Never mind. And so, like, the bad guys just fly away.
Not only
And you're like,
well,
what?
not only passengers, it's members of the world press.
Yeah.
Esteemed members of the world press.
And it's just like, they just go, like, okay, and they fly away.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's the world press, if you're motherfucking Blofeld. If you think that it's motherfucking James Bond, blow the plane up.
And what I got from that scene, it wasn't Blofeld for the airspace because it was like Switzerland itself. That's what I thought it was.
But I just thought it was hilarious that he's just like, oh, no, it's fine. Everything's going to be okay in a few hours. There's no way that's anything bad. And then what's the first thing that happens?
They storm that motherfucker.
It's just like, oh, shit.
Which it has the best scene in any Bond movie. I will stand by this. Oh, my God,
yes.
He gets out of the helicopter and slides down on his stomach while so shooting fools.
It's so good.
It's like the most badass COD cutscene I've ever seen in a movie.
That, or I feel like it would have been like a Saints Row move. Like it's just like it's like some Rey Mysterio shit. It just doesn't stop though. Like and you're just like, oh god, this is dope.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing too is like they're shooting at each other at this point, mainly point blank.
Yeah.
And Blofeld's guys can't kill shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you guys are trained fucking soldiers. And like,
and then there was also
some of you are brainwashed to be there and to be killers.
I don't know if the guys were brainwashed. I think it's just the women.
Either way, they're like in the past they had other agents that they got from places.
Okay, fair enough.
You're gonna tell me that this mob, you can't hit them, and they're just like they got the best aim ever. Like,
also, I like the guy.
Which the mob might have good aim. I don't know.
One of the guys jumping out of the helicopter, he just like goes head first into the ground.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, you didn't cut that?
Yeah.
You didn't want to just cut that out? Okay, cool. Whatever.
Dude,
let's roll with it.
And like I said, there were so many weird cuts in the movie. Like I said, like with the cut at the beginning of the movie where he's in a fight with Tracy's dad's like right-hand guy and like literally knocks the motherfucker to the ground with a chair, and then like half a second later, crack! And you're just like, and it happens a lot in this scene to where it's like shooting, grenade, shooting, grenade, chopper, James Bond, and then you're just like,
gotta make it.
What the fuck is going on?
Gotta make it actiony, man.
It was just so damn funny.
Yeah. So he blows up the place, saves the girl.
Yeah, and then the realness happens.
Bond is getting married.
We find out that Italian weddings are lit.
Yeah, they're very 100%.
Lit. That shit was dope.
Blofeld gets away, by the way.
Yeah, which is even more hilarious how they leave him. Yeah. Oh, also, best bobsled scene in any movie.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it, Cool Runnings. Like, let's go. Like, that shit was dope. Actually, Cool Runnings.
They just leave him in a tree.
Better, but, you know.
Like, I guess they just forget about him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like, the fight. And my favorite thing is how we're talking about, like, they're shooting back and forth at each other, and then he drops the grenade, and it's like 10 seconds, and we're like, dude, he's already dead. Like,
it would have blown up.
What the fuck? Blofeld is already dead. Yeah. And we were like, I argued that it was 6 seconds, and then you found online that it's 3 to 5 seconds.
And for a standard grenade,
Oh, yeah. He's fucking dead. Like, and it just kept going, and I feel that bobsled ramp was not that long.
No,
and it just went on for like 5 minutes, and you're just like, I think they'd already be at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, and then the cool moment after Blofeld gets like hung up, like just the random dog that's just like,
it's a Saint Bernard. He has to save people. That's his job.
And so it's like he goes up to Bond.
Usually
and
he has a barrel of brandy.
Get the brandy.
Yeah. It's to warm the people up.
And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. But back to the wedding. Italian weddings are lit.
It's friggin' dope, man. I love it.
And then we get to I guess we're gonna miss you guys. Yes. Yeah. And then like they leave, pull over because this car of like college people are like honking at them
because they have so many flowers on their car.
Oh, we should probably stop. And so they stop and take all the flowers off. And then of course the return of Blofeld just
with a neck brace because
And then we get the whole like, Tracy, we have to go after them. And then like this is the best part. It only shows them shoot the front of the car or the side of the car. It doesn't show her shoot the front of the car.
Yeah, it does. Oh. It goes all the way across. So it goes to the side and then towards the front. It's how much she was shooting.
But then it shows it.
Yeah.
how they missed every window except right in front of her skull.
Yeah.
I'll never know. But then he looks
it's
over.
It's cinematic, Cody.
And it's got the bullet hole. She's
dramatic.
dead. So his wife is now dead. Well, I guess, he's still her wife. He was married, but now he's a widow 10 minutes later. And so my favorite thing is it's not just a random police officer pulls up. It's a legit,
cop.
Huh?
It's like a moto cop, I think.
Well, no, he's on a bike, but he has, like the English, like he was there for the wedding.
Yeah.
And it's like, he shows up and he's like, "Don't worry, officer. We're going to get going. She's just resting." And it's like, Bond, this dude knows who the fuck you are. Like, he's a royal fucking officer. And he's pulling up to see if you're okay. And you're just like,
it's really
okay,
upsetting
officer. And it's like,
you don't understand how dramatic that scene is, Cody.
I guess I've never had to hold someone I loved that died, like, in my arms.
I'm just glad that Ian Productions had the balls in 1969 to go, we're gonna have them get married and we're gonna kill her, and then that's the end of the movie. Yeah,
that's what got me, is that there wasn't a happy ending. It was just like, Blofeld's alive, ha ha ha, Bond.
And honestly, that's why I like this movie, because it's the first time you see him defeated, and also you see him like legitimately like care for this woman.
Yeah.
And it's so much that he wants to be married to her, and then he gets just ripped from him.
Yeah.
And like, I know it's a Bond movie, but like, that shit hurts, man.
Yeah, but like the best part about it is like the music doesn't stop. Like, it's just that sad music, and it wants to make you feel like, oh yeah, this is a sad moment. But then before the credits end, you just get the
it goes to the Bond theme,
and you're just like, no, you shouldn't have done that. That's the one moment you shouldn't have done that. You should have let everyone
and
leave
then just
that theater,
he'll return.
And like everyone should have left that theater with their head down. Infinity Ward it. Like, bro, like I left Infinity War, like I was happy. I knew something, like you read the comics enough, you know what's gonna happen, kind of. And it's like, but you still walked out of that movie like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
just because the music,
happened?
no nothing.
Yeah, no nothing. So, it just
if they did that back then in the 60s, I feel like it would have been more dramatic.
Like, the last thing you get is, oh God. And then him just going, and then boom.
Yeah.
Credit roll, and you're just like, and I remember the first time I watched it, we were at a premiere showing for Infinity War. And nobody said anything. Everyone sat there like,
yeah,
fuck. And like, at the end of this, that's what I would want that movie theater to be like. I'd want that movie theater to be like,
yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
And then they went back to the dun dun, and you're just like, oh, you ruined that moment. Okay, to just be like, James Bond will be back, and you're just like, oh. Also, fun fact. I liked that his coat of arms is "May Tomorrow Never Die."
World's not enough.
Oh, the world's not enough. Yeah, sorry.
You almost had it.
Almost.
You almost had you almost had the title.
Yeah, well,
Tomorrow Never
Dies. It was two titles.
His James Bond's family motto is the world's not enough,
which
was
like
ties in later. Hey, see you in 20-something weeks.
Yeah, but yeah, and so I was just like, yeah, that was dope. Like it was good. Like. I don't really know where to put it because I don't have my. Do you have my list?
Yep, there it is.
Okay, so I have Thunderball is number 1. You Only Live Twice is number 2. Dr. No is number 3. Goldfinger is number 4.
Like my
and
abbreviations.
From Russia with Love at number 5. I think I would have to put this one above From Russia with Love, but not better than Goldfinger.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I liked it and I enjoyed it, but I also really enjoyed Goldfinger. It's just the one I enjoyed the least out of my favorites. Mm-hmm. And From Russia with Love is still like my least favorite, so it's at the bottom. Damn. But I think that gives me room for this one to still be good and have a lot under it.
Okay.
Because I know most of Pierce Brosnan is probably going to be like down here.
Yeah.
Just because I enjoyed them when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go back to watch them now, after not watching them for 15 years, probably more than that. When did Die Another Day come out?
2002.
That's the last time I watched any Pierce Brosnan ones.
Okay.
So almost 20 years. So it's
yours
like,
is Thunderball.
yes. You're just dropping from Rush with Love one spot and putting this one there.
Okay.
But yeah, and so like I have a feeling that since those were the last time I watched those ones, I say that I watched a little bit of Goldeneye not too long ago.
Okay.
Hell, I may have sat there and watched the whole movie. I don't remember. I was with my dad, and he just like I went to go visit him, and he just kind of like had it on, and he was just like, just watch it. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And so he just had it on, and I was like, oh, Goldeneye. And then like sat there, but I don't know if
my rankings are really different from yours.
Yeah.
This movie is my number one.
Okay,
for right now. Then From Russia with Love, Thunderball, Yolt, You Only Live Twice, Goldfinger, Dr. No.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
We have varying lists. I like it.
Yeah,
it's good.
But yeah, and like I said, I dug it, and so like I think that like this gives me room for like Roger Moore to give me some good ones, and then probably give me some bad ones, and then Pierce Brosnan to probably give me who's after Roger Moore.
Timothy Dalton.
Don't even know who that is, so I've probably never seen any of his Bond movies.
He's in Hot Fuzz.
That guy.
He's the grocery owner in Hot Fuzz.
Because like I said at the beginning of this, if you're just now joining us on episode 6, I've never seen anything pre-Pierce Brosnan other than my mother watching some Sean Connery ones while they were on TV.
We're almost done with those, so
I didn't know who Roger Moore was until you told me in like 2009. So I was like, what? There was a Bond? I thought, because I always thought Sean Connery was the second Bond and that someone came before him.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, I don't give a shit about that first Bond. Fuck him. And then everyone was like, that's Sean Connery. And it's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And so like, So if you're joining me, I've probably seen, how many did Brosnan have? 4 or 5?
4.
4? And then Craig's had 5?
5.
And I haven't seen Spectre. So I've seen 8 Bond movies before we started this series. Okay. So
that's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Yeah, you're getting into unknown territory. Because next week.
Next week is fucking
Diamonds.
Moonraker.
No, Diamonds Are Forever.
Ooh, Diamonds Are Forever. I thought you told me Moonraker was next.
No, Moonraker's in a couple of movies.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever. And it's the last Sean Connery?
Yeah, because he came back for more money.
You're goddamn right, like a lot of people do.
And it's sort of a direct sequel.
Hell yeah.
Which is kind of weird because I really wanted this Bond to, if they're doing a sequel, they should have carried over.
With that thing, some people ask why Andrew Lincoln stayed on TV for 9 years. It was called money. So
fair enough.
So I agree with Sean Connery coming back.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, that was this week on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Cody, where can they find us on the internet?
Boy, oh my. You can find us at facebook.com/PacoGeeks. You can hit us up there, see everything we post, from memes to news articles to anything we find that's lovely, and we'll put it up there for you. All of our videos are graciously posted there for you as well. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PacoGeeks. Our Twitter, pretty much the same stuff, except mainly we just talk on there and put our videos there. And then as well, you can go to YouTube and search PacoGeeks and find us there, because it's the main place that you need to give us the views, because we need them. We want that link. I need that link badly in my life so I can quit saying go to Facebook and search. I want to be able to look at you guys in the souls through your eyes. I want to be able to say youtube.com/PacoGeeks, because it'll be a beautiful day.
It will.
It'll be fantastic. But you know it will also be a beautiful day? Not dying on another day. Just like right here where we're going to end it. We will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.